Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Saturday morning.
Family and friends will say final goodbyes to the 16-year-old killed at Butler High School this week. The new program to stop potential school threats and the push for better school safety statewide.
Taking a live look outside from our Charlotte camera, and if you have any outdoor plans today, the weather is going to be almost perfect. It's cool and sunny and really no chances of rain out there. Good morning. I'm Blaine Tollison.
And I'm Kristen Lee. Thanks for joining us. Meteorologist Jacqueline Shear is here in Severe Weather Center 9. Jacqueline, some severe weather in our future, but this weekend looking pretty calm.
Yeah, you know, we're seeing lots of sunshine today and lots of nice, comfortable temperatures, but we are starting to see maybe a few flurries out there right now, believe it or not, just in the high country at this point, though. So you're only seeing them if you're in the mountains. Here's a very zoomed in look right now at early warning Doppler 9. In fact, let's zoom in even a little bit more because it really isn't much out there, but just a little bit of that white stuff is falling. You can see just how small those areas are, but it's still pretty exciting. A little bit of the sign of the season there. So we're tracking that, but as we're moving through the rest of the day, temperatures warming up pretty considerably and lots of sunshine all throughout our area. We'll be at 63 degrees, dry and clear, a little bit below average, but a very comfortable day today. And we stay dry for a little while, but the rain chances do return with some severe thunderstorms possible as early as Tuesday. We're tracking that, and I'll have all the latest coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, today will be tough for many in Matthews, still grieving this 16-year-old killed inside Butler High School on Monday.
Yeah, family and friends will have their final services for Bobby McKeithen today. Police say Jatwan Cuffey shot Bobby after a fight just before school started. Police say that it stemmed from a fight a few days before. McKeithen's visitation is at noon at Progressive Baptist Church in West Charlotte, and his services will follow at 1 p.m. At the same time, a community group will march to end youth violence. Project Bolt organized the rally and march following the Butler shooting. It is from 1 to 4, and it will start at the Little Rock AME Zion Church, and it will end at Marshall Park. All week, as you know, parents told Channel 9 that they're concerned about their students' safety at school. North Carolina's SBI is rolling out a new first-of-its-kind unit to stop people prone to violence from attacking schools, and it's called the Behavioral Threat Assessment Unit, or BETA for short. Agents will dig through social media, citizen complaints, and tips from police to identify potential threats at schools and churches. And we spoke to parents who tell us that this unit is a helpful step forward.
I have an 11-year-old in middle school, and I just feel like, you know, if steps are being taken, then, you know, I feel a lot safer.
The SBI formed this unit after the school shooting in Parkland, Florida.
State lawmakers met yesterday to share new ideas on how to keep your children safe. Several local schools added more security officers, cameras, door locks, and guidance counselors in recent months. Representative John Torbett from Gaston County says schools should maybe do more to address student mental health.
I'm asking the question to professionals, is it time that we also incorporate some type of mental health assessment to see if we can try to aid and assist those individuals that may require just additional help?
Lawmakers will meet in Raleigh, hoping to agree on changes. Keeping our kids safe at school is a top priority for all of us. In a Channel 9 special, we're sitting down with local superintendents, asking how they plan to protect your children and finding out the questions you need to be asking about your own child's safety.
I want to know how many points of access there are. How many doors are students, teachers, and visitors allowed to enter?
Now, Safety in Our Schools is an hour-long special Monday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 9.
Health officials have a big warning because 13 people all got sick after a church barbecue on Thursday. More than 1,000 people visited the annual Poplar Tent Presbyterian Church barbecue, but officials don't know if it was the food that made more than a dozen sick. Cabarrus Health Alliance wants everyone to throw out their food, though, if they have leftovers. We spoke to church members who worked the event. They never ate any of the food, they say, but still got sick.
I never did go on a break or eat any of the food or like mess with any of the food. And then when I got home, I took a shower, and about 10 minutes after I took a shower, my stomach started cramping.
The Health Alliance wants anyone who may have eaten at the barbecue with similar symptoms to contact them. An urgent warning to check Halloween candy. Parents found more metal shards in many Snickers in Rowan County. We reported Thursday night a father took his child to the hospital after he bit into candy with metal inside. Look at this picture, just scary stuff. Now deputies say another family reported metal in their candy.
Every year.
Yeah, both came from the Grace Ridge subdivision.
I just wonder how this happens.
Yeah.
Well, we're following updates overnight on a story we brought you as breaking news at 10 and 11. 2 people killed and 5 others injured in a shooting at a hot yoga studio. It happened yesterday afternoon in Tallahassee, Florida. Police have now identified the shooter as Scott Beerley. He lived 4 hours from Tallahassee. Police don't know why he went to the yoga studio and started shooting.
And we are working diligently to try to link a connection between him and any of the victims. Again, looking for a motivation or cause or what precipitated this attack.
Now, Beerley killed himself at the scene. Police say one of his victims was a student at Florida State University. The other was a faculty member with the university's medical school. Well, a couple in Cheraw says they'll never be able to sell their home, and they blame a nearby textile plant.
Yeah, George and Catherine Martin are suing Highland Industries in Cheraw after toxic chemicals were dumped into a creek decades ago. A chemical was found in their yard after the creek flooded multiple times. Hurricane Florence messed up the EPA's effort to clean it up. The family says that Highland, once Burlington Industries, should have known about the contamination and handled it.
The house isn't worth anything anymore. My property's not, and I got all this money tied up here and nothing to show for it.
Highland did not respond to our request for a comment on the lawsuit. Test results for potential coal ash exposure at Lake Norman High School will be available in 3 to 4 weeks, and that's according to district officials. Now, this follows a Channel 9 investigation into a recent coal ash incident near the school. Erosion caused some of the ash to surface from a 40,000-ton structural fill site next to the school. A district is also waiting on soil test results, but officials don't know when they'll get those back. But Superintendent of Facilities Kenny Miller says that a private group already tested soil samples from the school. He wrote, quote, "We learned about this after the fact and requested results from the test when it is available." Coal ash has been used as fill all over the Charlotte area, and this map shows you the other 26 locations where coal ash was used as filler instead of dirt. The state says that it has been re-inspecting the sites over the past year, but each inspection can sometimes take weeks.
CMPD is still looking for the man they say robbed a credit union near Park Road Shopping Center. The gunman walked into the Sharon View Federal Credit Union and demanded money yesterday morning. No one was hurt, but the robbery was, of course, terrifying for employees. Gregory Isaiah's daughter is a clerk at that branch, and he drove all the way from Florence, South Carolina after his daughter called him in a panic.
All I could think was, you know, my daughter, he could have shot my daughter because she said he waved the gun in her face and everything, and she was so upset.
Well, police say the suspect is about 5'10" and in his early 30s. If you know who he is, call Crime Stoppers.
South Carolina is now reporting its 3rd case of the measles, and all 3 cases involve children under age 5. The cases are in Spartanburg County, and officials are reaching out to other people who may have been exposed. And the children infected were not vaccinated and do not attend daycare. If you're one of the almost 4 million people who had their tax information hacked in South Carolina, you'll no longer get free protection. The state had been paying for free credit monitoring after the 2012 breach at the state's Department of Revenue. The lawmakers decided to let the contract run out.
More than $2 billion from North Carolina's lottery will now help fund school construction across the state. The new capital grant program was created in the 2017-18 state budget. It will help fund the projects over the next 10 years. The goal is to target the neediest counties in the state by prioritizing predominantly rural regions that are economically distressed. Charlotte will be full of runners this morning for the city's marathon.
Yeah, dozens of roads around the city are closed for the race. Here's Traffic Team 9's Mark Taylor showing us how to avoid all that and some construction this weekend.
Well, we've got multiple weekend projects along with the Charlotte Marathon. Some issues that could slow you down overnight. We're going to talk about Independence Boulevard first. The new Hawthorne Lane Bridge that they're building We'll be working on the outbound side. This is going to be a nightly thing starting last night, going to last through next Friday every night from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. where outbound Independence will close from the 277 split through Briar Creek. So we're using Central or East 7th as alternate routes around it. The marathon, the Novant Health Charlotte Marathon, 7:30 on Saturday morning this morning. That's 5,000 folks expected to be involved. The marathon will begin at South Graham Street. It'll follow the course through Dilworth, Myers Park, South End, 3rd Ward, Belmont, Noda, Plaza Midwood, Chantilly, Elizabeth, and 2nd Wards. And then the race will finish on South Mint Street at the BB&T Ballpark. Out in Mint Hill, you've got roundabout construction that will be going on this morning at 7 a.m. through tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Well, they'll close Lawyers Road at Baines School Road, utilizing Baines School, Highway 51, and Lawyers as the detour around it.
That big course going through Uptown, and look at this live picture now. This is right at the starting line of that marathon. Going to get underway in about 20 minutes, right at 20 minutes. And you see people are excited to be out there this morning, and they got their sweaters on. They got some layers because it is pretty chilly out there to start us out. This is all going on right near the BB&T Ballpark on Graham Street. Again, about to start in 20 minutes. It's going to be a great event this morning with the weather shaping up to be pretty nice. Here's meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer.
You know what? I would not be that excited if I were out there, not only because they're about to run 26 miles, but also because it's chilly out there. We're looking at the mid 40s by 9 a.m. So it's starting off with on a pretty cool note today. We will warm up today, but we are not there yet. 34 degrees in Boone and Jefferson, 43 degrees right now in Charlotte. Very chilly out there. And the wind, fortunately, is calming down, though. Now we're down to 3 miles an hour in Charlotte, so that wind chill not feeling quite as bad. But those runners, I hope that they have allocated some time to warm up. We'll take a look at that warm up today, plus your neighborhood forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Local animal shelters are overrun with cats and dogs and struggle to care for them. At 7:45, the solution to help find forever homes when locals won't adopt.
Today's your last chance to vote early for the midterms. At 7:30, we break down a controversial law that has people split on whether it's necessary.
A North Carolina Uber driver is fearing for his safety. New and next, the potential flaw in the Uber app that he worries anyone could exploit.